Hi everyone, this is Vino and welcome again to this public speaking class. So, we have finally reached the end of the meeting, and for the last meeting, which is today, I want to address a topic that has plagued our world for far too long. The topic about world hunger. It is a subject that demands our attentions, compassions, and collective action. We find ourselves at a critical juncture where we must ask ourselves a profound questions. Is it our obligation to feed others? The stark reality is that despite our remarkable progress in various fields, nearly 690 million people suffer from chronic hunger worldwide, according to the latest estimates data. As inhabitants of this shared planet, we are connected by an unspoken bond of humanity. We are bound by our capacity to empathize, to care for one another, and to recognize that every life holds intrinsic value. In recognizing this, it becomes clear that it is indeed our moral obligation to alleviate the suffering caused by hunger. The impacts of hunger extend far beyond individual suffering. Malnutrition affects physical and cognitive development, especially in children, leading to stunted growth, reduced immunity, and learning difficulties. Tragically, hunger claims the lives of around 9 million people each year, with children under the age of 5 being the most vulnerable. These harrowing figures reveal the human cost of our inaction. Imagine, for a moment, the anguish and despair that millions of people experience daily due to food insecurity. Picture the faces of children with sunken eyes, their bellies empty, and their hopes for a better future fading away. Their cries for help resonate across the globe, reaching our hearts and compelling us to ache. We live in a world where astonishing advancements in technology, science, and agriculture have bestowed upon us abundant resources. Yet, despite these blessings, nearly 690 million people suffer from chronic hunger, and millions more face acute food shortages due to conflict, poverty, and natural disasters. It is an alarming paradox that we possess the means to feed the world, but we have failed to ensure that everyone has access to this basic necessity. But what about self interest? Some may argue that we have enough problems of our own to deal with, that feeding others should not be our concern. They may claim that we should focus on our own national interests and priorities. However, we must recognize that our destinies are inextricably linked. Hunger knows no borders. It is a problem that affects us all. The consequences of neglecting this global issue extend beyond the immediate suffering of those in need. They reverberate through our societies, threatening stability, fueling conflicts, and perpetuating a cycle of poverty that hampers progress. Moreover, addressing world hunger is not just a moral obligation, it is an investment in our shared future. When we eradicate hunger, we create a world where every individual can reach their full potential. Well nourished children are more likely to thrive in school, breaking the cycle of poverty and building a foundation for prosperous societies. Healthy populations can contribute to economic growth, innovation, and stability, benefiting us all. By feeding others, we sow the seeds of a more peaceful, just, and prosperous world. Guys, we must recognize that combating world hunger requires more than just good intentions. It demands concerted efforts at both the national and international levels. Governments must prioritize policies that ensure food security, invest in sustainable agriculture, and create social safety nets to protect the most vulnerable. Non governmental organizations, businesses, and individuals must join forces to provide support, resources, and expertise to those in need. At the same time, we must address the root causes of hunger, such as poverty, inequality, and conflict. We must advocate for fair trade practices, equitable distribution of resources, and peaceful resolutions to conflicts that disrupt food production and access. We must promote education, empower women, and foster sustainable development to break the chains of hunger for future generations. Guys, the answer for the question of whether it is our obligation to feed others is unequivocally yes. It is our moral duty, rooted in our shared humanity, to extend a helping hand to those who suffer from hunger. It is in our enlightened self interest to invest in a world where everyone has access to food, dignity, and opportunity. Let us join hands, embrace our shared responsibility, and work together to eradicate hunger from our world.